Hey designers! In this video, we are going to create a 3D text animation in After Effects, and it is going to be a very easy tutorial. So let's get started. First, start by creating a new composition. And once your composition is ready, take the text tool and write your text here, making sure to align it properly in the center of the composition. I'm going to give this text a darker color so that it stands out less because this text layer is just going to be for reference, and to make sure it doesn't disturb us while working on the animation, we can lock this layer. Now take the text tool again and on top of your reference text, write the first letter individually. Give this letter a white fill so that it is clearly visible, and then adjust the anchor point to the center by double-clicking on the anchor point tool while holding the control key on the keyboard. After the anchor point is centered, move this letter so that it sits exactly on top of the first letter of your reference text. Once it is perfectly positioned, we can create a new camera layer and press OK to add it to our composition. Make sure the letter layer is set to 3D, and if your version of After Effects has the Cinema 4D or 3D rendered options, select them to enable proper 3D rendering. After that, go to the properties of this letter layer, open the geometry options, and increase the extrusion depth to around 35 to 40 so that the letter gains a noticeable 3D effect. After that, let's create a new light layer. Set the light type to parallel, and adjust the intensity to around 150 to 155. Now, select the letter layer, press P to bring up the position property, and Shift plus R to show the rotation properties. Click the stopwatch icons next to position, as well as X, Y, and Z rotation to add keyframes for all of them at once. Then, press U twice on your keyboard so that only the keyframed properties appear on your timeline. Move the playhead a few frames forward and change the Z position to bring the letter closer to the camera. You can adjust the X rotation depending on how you want the letter to move, and you can also adjust the Y rotation and Z rotation if you like, to achieve the motion you prefer. Preview the animation to see how it moves, and once you're satisfied, we will do the same with the rest of the letters, but on separate layers. Take the text tool again and type the next letter, which in this case is C. Move the playhead and adjust the anchor point to the center by double-clicking on the anchor point tool while holding the control key, and then carefully adjust the position so that it is aligned properly in the composition. Now, make this letter layer 3D, then go to its properties, open the geometry options, and increase the extrusion depth to 40, just like we did with the first letter. After that, press P to bring up the position property and Shift plus R to show the rotation properties. Click on the stopwatch icons next to position, as well as X, Y, and Z rotation. Move the playhead a few frames forward to the point where the second keyframe of the A letter is located. And here, we will adjust the Z position to bring this letter closer to the camera. At the same time, change the X rotation, Y rotation, and Z rotation depending on how you want the letter to move and appear in 3D space, making sure the animation flows smoothly and matches the motion of the first letter. Okay, once the previous steps are done, we are going to move on to the last letter, which is E. Take the text tool and write the letter E. Then adjust the anchor point so that it is in the center, and change the position of the letter to align it properly in the composition. Make this layer 3D. Go to the layer's properties, open geometry options, and change the extrusion depth to 40, just like we did with the previous letters. Press P to bring up the position property and Shift plus R to show the rotation properties, and click on the stopwatch icons next to position as well as X, Y, and Z rotation to add keyframes for all of them. Move the playhead to the second keyframe of the C letter, and here we will adjust the Z position to bring the E letter closer to the camera. At the same time, adjust the X, Y, and Z rotation to make the letter rotate in the way you like. Once this is done, preview the animation, and you will see the letters coming smoothly towards the camera, which looks perfect. Before we proceed further, move the A layer to where the C and E layers are aligned. Select all the keyframes of the A layer and paste them at the new position by pressing Ctrl plus V on the keyboard. Repeat the same process with the other two text layers as well, so that all the letters are spaced and animated consistently. Now, review the animation and select all the keyframes, then press F9 to easy ease them for smoother motion. Open the graph editor and adjust the graph as shown on the screen to refine the animation speed and movement. Come back and preview the animation. To make the animation a bit slower, select all the keyframes, hold the Alt key, and move the last keyframe to the right. Then preview again to see the timing. To add more rotation to the letters, move the playhead to the second keyframe and change the rotation values. For the A letter and the X rotation from 0 to 1, or you can adjust any of the X, Y, or Z rotations as you like. For the C letter, I will change the Y rotation to 1, and for the E letter, I will change the X rotation to 1 as well, so that each letter completes a full rotation while moving forward. Preview the animation, and you can see how the added rotation creates a very good 3D effect. Once you are satisfied, you can delete the reference letter layer since it is no longer needed. If you want, you can duplicate the light layer to add more lighting or change its direction and positioning according to your preference. Finally, you can give the text a solid color to complete the look, and your 3D text animation is ready. I hope this video was helpful, and if it was, please like it, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to Ace Designs for more content like this.